Hey, Slaine Devotee here, playing Killer Zit again. We both apparently went for Archon, Salaine, Morn. I've enjoyed playing Morn again, so I'll probably do a few more rounds with her. So I'm looking through there and I'm thinking it seems reasonable enough. There's a few red planets. I've got the Siren. I've got some ambushy effects. I've got some ranged. I'm thinking I'll give it a go, and this is fun. He starts with Siren, and I think about it, and I think about it, and I think about it, and I decide, okay, I'll let him have that one, because there's more chance for me to stop him on blue and red later on, and I'll try and get the next one. So we've got 2 Sirens and 2 Morns. Hurrah! Again, this is a voiceover episode because I was playing at a time when I couldn't record live. There's also a bit of a background noise that hopefully won't be too annoying, a bit of a buzzing going on next door, but I'm hoping it won't make too much of a difference. I was thinking the Venom could be a good sort of last, almost a combat trick sort of thing, like use it later on. I think I've only got 1 or 2 in this deck, so hold on to it now that I know that it's there, and I can shift things around later on when I need them to. Okay, so he claims some command. Both of the red planets to the left are just resources, so I was a bit worried that it's, stacking the same resource, instead of getting a bit of both. But I decided I'd go there because I figured if he stops me there, he's getting less out of it. He's only getting the 1 resource benefit if he tries to stop me there. And then he brings out the Incubus. He does stop me there, which is a bit frustrating, but I can handle it. There's no point in putting out the Cyberite just yet, because there's no command. I'm thinking about when do I block the text box. That could be an interesting thing to do. I could block that during a deploy phase and put things down unexhausted, but it's quite an investment. I'm not sure I want to. I'm considering putting the Cyberite on the first planet and then seeing if I can get the Clavix in to kill off the Siren, and I decide that it's not worth it. I'm not sure that I can get away with it. Actually, I can't remember what I did, but I think I'm possibly even thinking I might just send Morn there, because she won't be exhausted, whereas the Cyberite would. And so if she can hit the Siren and then bring in the Clavix, that might be good enough. Excuse me. So I'm done. He's clearly thinking through a few more options. He's got no resources though, so maybe he's just thinking through where he wants to send his Warlord. It seems to be, says he's choosing a destination. So where did I go? I went to... I was thinking of getting my resources. Right. So I want to get some cards, I want some more options, and I want to stop him getting stuff, or quite as much stuff. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm reducing the amount of overwhelming command that he was going to get on me otherwise. Cool. Couple of cards. That was something I wanted. Yeah. I got some interesting cards out of that. Alright. So he got 4 cards, 2 resources. I got 3 cards and 1 resource. So that was... Oh no, he only got 1 card and 2 resources. So yeah, I did alright there. He gets Planet 1. There's not really a lot I can do about that. In fact, I don't think there's anything really I could jump in the Clavix, but it's really not going to do enough. I'd have to inevitable betrayal with it, because otherwise it'd be exhausted. Platinum's over to the first planet, so we've got Siren versus Siren, which is an interesting choice. He could have tried to stop me on planet 5, potentially. I don't know. Worth a try, I guess. There's a few other options he could have used. He could have routed something. Could have routed my Siren. But he shields. I was not expecting that. you know, it's a really obvious, simple thing. The Incubus hits hard, so you shield it once and you can get something out of it, you know. And I was like, what? You're saving an Incubus? Just let those things die, don't you? But he shielded with a raid, and so I shield with a raid. It's quite an interesting little mirror match going on in a lot of ways. Take just the 1 damage, which isn't too bad. And then he throws in the pillagers. I'm not thrilled with all this. This is not going happily. This is really causing me some problems here. I don't think I've got anything that I can pull in to help with it either. I'm pretty much... that's it. So I've got to take the damage. They get readied. And I'm just... I don't want to take on more and more damage from this. So I just leave it. It's a shame. I just didn't want to build up too much damage on there. I could have killed the Incubus, but then I'd take another 2 hits. Then I could have tried to kill that and he might have shielded again. So I let him get 1 card out of the deal there. And now he's got a good solid command on that planet as well. Alright, so round to the next turn. Okay. So I got my Altar of Torment. I like throwing in the Altar of Torment. I like being able to reduce things even further in this cheap little Archon deck. I've got some ambushable things here and there. I've got a range thing. You know, I've got a couple of options. And we've got a Ridial on the board now, which helps. That's very helpful as well. So, Altar of Torment's a good start. And I was thinking I'd save the use of that so that I can bring in either the Pillagers or the Clivex. And he's got a raiding portal, which is going to help him a lot more than me, I think. Though he's got no Cabalites on any red planets, so I think that's what triggers the raiding portal. Dying Sun on the first planet opposite the Siren, because as long as I get a resource at some point in the next phase, he stands up. Kind of negates her her ability in a sense. So I thought that was a nice, simple, easy one to do. It's not a red planet, so I don't get a refund on it, which is a bit of a drag. He gets his refund. So I'm trying to do the maths of what can I ambush in, how much can I do. I could use the Inevitable Betrayal on someone to blank them, make them easier to deal with. I'm thinking about where can I put the Cyberite. Do I need to put out the Cyberite yet? You know, those sorts of things. I've got so much ambushing material here, I don't think I want to put anything else out. I'm just not sure. Yeah, so I decide not to. I decide that's it. And he was done too, so I kind of get away with something a bit there, kind of, I guess. He's done. I am going to go to Planet 2 to stop him. Yeah. So I'm going to, hopefully, I'm feeling like that should be enough for Planet 1 with my ambushing things as well. And then Planet 2, I will negate his command bonus there and get some resources to help me do all that ambushing. And he went to Planet 1, yeah, which worried me. He clearly wants to win Planet 1 pretty solidly. He also gets the Incubus planet. Oh, I think he's going 1 by 1 because of the raiding portal stuff. That's right, so I get that one. And then he goes on to the next one. I got resources, so I got my Dying Suns, that's good. I was a bit worried if I went to Planet 2 and he went to Planet 2, I wouldn't get any resources anywhere, and I wouldn't be able to stand the Dying Suns. Right, so he triggers his raiding portal and gets to move it to a red planet, which is the last planet, so he gets that. Very nicely done. Hey, look, I even said nicely done. Okay, down to the first planet. So he's got the initiative. but both my things have 3 health, which is good. So they are going to be able to swing back, and I'm going to be able to ambush platform. I'm going to be able to Shadow Thoughts Pillagers. It's not a red planet, so I don't get a refund on it. If I'd got the refund on it, I might have been able to swing things around to get a free pillagers in out of the deal. He goes for the Dying Suns. So that's fine, I believe I take that. Not sure why I'm thinking it through. I think I might have been worried that he was going to Clivex me, but then of course that I can't stop that. I don't have 2 shields, so it doesn't matter. Now, do I bother doing the ambush? I don't think I do. No, okay. So I just try and do some damage to the Siren, see what I get through. I'm thinking I've got the Clivex as one option, and the Shuriken Catapult is another. Alright. I'm going to let him swing first. Is he going to finish that off? He is. So I can't use the Pillagers to get a bonus, but actually I wasn't going to be able to do that anyway. I keep forgetting it was a red planet. And yep, so I'm going to kill the Siren. She's not an elite, so there's no risk there. And he is exhausted because the Siren's there, but I don't mind that too much, you know. Archon's Terror, he gets rid of the Clivex, which is lucky for me, in a sense, because I still have a ready unit standing up. Now, you'll realise that I haven't used my Altar of Torment, because I was planning on doing with the Pillagers, and that was sitting in my head, so I haven't used it at all. And I could have got the Clivex in for 1 less. Would have been really, really helpful, because I haven't used it this entire turn, the turn I put it in. So that's one resource that I should have had extra, because I didn't play properly. So Shuriken, do a big swing on him. He takes the whole thing, which is surprising to me. Karnath's gone, so he can't trigger Iridial unless he goes to Iridial, and Iridial's right down the end, so that's got promise. I might be able to do something around that. And now with any shielding, I definitely get to swing again at him. And even if he's got his 3, he's going to take a 3 shielder, he's going to take 4 damage. So, I believe discretion is the better part of valor, and he moves away. Which is great for me, absolutely fantastic. So I win Planum, and just move over to the next planet. Siren on the first planet, obvious, you know, that's where you want her to be. Pause for a moment, I think. I go pretty quickly. Killers at Work goes really, really fast, which is great, but every now and then I'm aware that I'm not as familiar with all the rules and things, and I want to make sure that I am doing it right, and so I pause and just check that I'm correct. Alright, so routing something. I'm looking to see what's the most useful thing to route. I'll route that so he has to invest in stopping me again, and an exhausted Incubus Warrior is a pretty decent thing to be killing off. It's easy enough to kill off, you know. So I think that was the best choice there. Okay, got some more interesting choices. Now, the Shadowed Thorns bodysuit is an interesting choice that I've put in now. I haven't really used it much yet, but this thought that it's a free store, which is nice, but the thing that I think, and it's frustrating, this deck I'm throwing in ambushing Cabalite units all over the place, so I can't attach it very often, but when I can, that means that a Helldrake can hit me and I can ignore it, which in the current meta I thought was a pretty good idea, so you know, I put it in the mix. So he's equaled me on command there, and let's see, I can do some damage to him potentially. It was more of a stall, that particular move right then. So I've got 2 things that can ambush. I've got a Cyberite that's not particularly expensive. Inevitable Betrayal is such a useful card, but I just need to wait and see if it's going to be useful at a particular time. and the Venom to move things around, which could be good as well. So, you know, I've got a few options, just not many of them in the deploy phase. Survivalist. See, and that made me go, I don't want him to get that much command, and I want to make sure I've used that Altar of Torment. It's a red planet that he's gone to, so I decide that I'm going to put that in at a reduced cost. So that's basically costing me just a card because I get all my money back. But he has to now use up a bit more on promotion or something to get his bonuses there. I just wanted to cancel the Survivalist at 2 cards, 2 resources. I didn't want him to be able to do that. At the moment, I think I'm looking at going to Planet 3 to stop him drawing too many cards again, and to get some more cards for myself, obviously, you know. Or possibly Planet 2 to get my resources, and then Archon's Palace. Oh no, you know, because most of the things that I'm winning command on are only card or only resource, so I can't get like at least a bit of something out of them. I've used up all my discounting and refunding things for the pillages down the far end of the board, but I figured just a little bit of insurance on that first planet to help out. Tough decisions here. I want my resources there. I want to make sure I win the first planet because he's got, you know, a few bits and pieces. I don't want him to get another red planet. I want to stop him getting cards on 3. I don't want him to heal himself. I want to get a Ridial. I want to get healed myself. Aatrox, kill off that command thing in case he goes there, but then shoot his other stuff, you know. So decisions, and I decide to go for 3. Decide to get some cards, so I give him the choice of stopping me my money or stopping my cards, basically the Archon's Palace choice. He's already said done, but he hasn't said done again after I've said done. Like I don't know if he's ready to flip the card. One of those moments where I don't know. See, I keep going up. Do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I do it? Do I not do it? I'm not sure. So after the text box says I've chosen to commit and you say done, and then I say I've chosen to commit and I say done, I expect there to be another done, yes, definitely, sure, sort of thing. So he goes to 2. I think he was expecting me to go to 2, which is why he's gone there to make sure that it doesn't trigger for me. At the moment I'm winning that. I'm just going to wait for him. Okay, so he stops me there. Cool, so I get some cards. That's fine. He gets that one. And he, oh yes, because he needs to shift things around. After he wins command, he can move a Cabalite. I get my own raiding portal, which is nice. Now, I thought this was an interesting choice. He moves the Cabalites over to make sure he gets his Survivalist, which is a reasonable choice, but it means he's not going to have anything on the other planet anymore. Not bad, but interesting. But yeah, it's good idea to get that guaranteed. Forces him to move around, I guess. Alright, so on to the first planet. He's pulling away from me with those resources and cards. It's a bit rough. Okay. I don't have anything unless he does. I win Farron. He's going to do something to get in there. And he does. Brings in some pillagers, so he gets his refund. Yep. Okay, which is fine. I get ranged first, so I will shoot that. The ranged threw me out of my the action sequence a bit. I think I muddle up a bit who's going when. Shield some of it, fair enough, that's fine. Just going to shoot Siren. I don't have 2 shields, so I'm not really in a position to save myself from Clivex if he does. Use the Clivex, you know. So I'm done. So I say done, but I think it was actually his action, but I don't know. But he doesn't climax, so okay, I'll kill that with the big honking shuriken catapult that I'm using. Presumably he's got some more. He's got another one. Okay. He'll hit the siren. Yep. Fair enough. Nicely done. And then he's actually got initiative on the Cyberite, which is a pain. I don't have enough shields to stay. I've got nothing that can particularly do anything here. There's no point in letting it die though. Oh, I did let it die. I should have run away. Maybe I realised that he had initiative after I said I was done. Oh no, I see, I wanted to get... Right. I completely forgot I did this, you see. So I decided I would go in once he was exhausted. Shields again. Cool. Now he's got initiative, but I've got a point of damage on him. So it becomes a bit of a bluffing game here. Who's got more what? I've still got 2 resources. I've got nothing I can do with it really, but theoretically I might have another pillager that I could drop in. So we're both staying. He gets to go first, and I'm going to use up my Doom. He's not going to have anything too expensive ever in the discard pile, but it would have been nice if he had a lot of stuff, you know, if he'd invested a lot of things. He's not going to have an expensive thing, but a lot of things would have been good. And I can't win now because I don't have 2 shields. I need to get that out and preserve it. And he's going to rout that. That's fine. That's a pain. He's now got 2 material planets, and the next planet is material, so I must stop it. And he's already got a Hellion and an Incubus Warrior there. So I was thinking, as you see there, I was looking at my Venom and thinking, okay, I might be able to use that to pull in the defense on this planet. And I'm going to need to, because it's going to be a dangerous planet. He doesn't trigger, I think it's Yvonne that he was at, which is fine. He won that, no worries. I managed to kill the Incubus. I'm assuming he's used up most of his shields defending Farron, which is fine by me. Alright, so I get Eloith. And see, I'm going quickly, but I'm pretty sure he's fine with that. It's got to be Terra. I mean, the other 2 are useful cards, but it has to be Archon's Terra. I haven't seen one yet this game. It's too useful otherwise. Okay. And the Clivex has got 2 hammers on a 2-card planet. That's not bad. That's alright. I'm happy with that. If I can get through this planet, he's a decent fighter on the next planet. So, you know, it's okay. Now, let's see. So I need the Venom for sure. I'm going to need to use that. I've drawn a Rapid Assault, which I quite like in this in my deck. I use that quite often. Yep, that's quite useful. And I've got the what is it, Last Breath, but at least it's 3 shields. I don't think it's going to be that useful otherwise in this particular game. It's really better against big things, you know, bringing down how effective they can be. So lots of thoughts, and we're going to go with the Venom. Reduce the cost by 1. Okay, and get a refund because it's a red planet, and then as many Cabalite units as I like to any red planets. So I'm just putting them all there. Everybody's there. I think that was one of my saving graces this game, being able to pull that particular maneuver, having had the Venom there for the whole game just for that sort of a step. Really important, I think. Everything's ready because it's not being moved up with me, you know, all that sort of stuff. So that made me feel a bit better. And obviously that means his plan's got to change quite a bit. That's a good move from his point of view, isn't it? I decide I'm going to equal that one at the end. That's 2 hammers there. I want to just try and do that neutralizing of command thing that you do, you know, not winning it, but just neutralizing it. Stop him getting one more card, I guess. Trying to decide if I need to go to the first planet to defend it, or if I need to go somewhere else. Cabalite Harriers on my Incubus, which I didn't even think of, but it's only got 1 health, so it's freaking perfect. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, 1 resource and 1 card to get the effect of, to basically get back 2 resources, 2 cards. Is, yeah, yeah. I'm a bit worried now because now I've got only 1 resource. I don't have much, but I'm just going to have to go with it. And I'm going to go to 4 to stop him. I'm hopeful that what I have there is enough to stop him. I'm going to go down to 4 to stop that investment that he's got. And I'm just waiting because there's the Archon, I'm assuming there, yeah, because I don't have any cards there, that's fine. He wins that one against the Clivex, he wins that one with that, and I win down there. Okay. Another Shuriken Catapult, it's quite handy. So 2 resources. I've got enough for a catapult. I have got enough for a Archon's Terror. I do have enough for the Rapid Assault, but I don't have any Cabalites that I can actually use with it, which is frustrating. So I'm thinking, what do I want to swing with first? I think I want to overkill stuff. I want to make sure things die. That's my thoughts there. I'm expecting him to kill off the pillagers. He goes for the venom, so I'm like, oh no. That probably means Clivex, which I can't really do much for. I was thinking about the last breath shielding. I was thinking about it. I decided not to, but I was thinking about it. So now I swing with the pillagers because otherwise they're going to die very soon. He doesn't Clivex. Oh, of course he's only got 2 resources. Well, he's just setting up the venom for later, I assume then. But I managed to kill everything off. I was a bit surprised by that. Don't trigger. Moving on. There's no way I want to trigger Yvonne with this deck. There's nothing in there that's worth it. So I was thinking about using the catapult on him to try and bloody the Warlord, if he was foolish enough. But no, he Archon's Terrors, which is obviously a much better call there. I'm not surprised, he's quite good at this game. And I just quickly done to show I'm not interfering with that. You win that planet, go ahead. The other good thing about defending him there, I didn't need the material, but it gave me 2 green, 2 blue. So I'm now able to win on any remaining planet, which is a really good feeling. I'm like, okay, shall I go to try and win planet 1? Shall I just set up on planet 2? I've got options now, so that's really helpful. I decide, now this, I think I get the maths of this really wrong. I tried to kill the pillagers. He shielded. That's fine. Then he swings for 1, and I decide to shield it. Really, I should have Archon's Terror away the pillagers, and swung on the Harriers, because I do one shield there, and then I take another 2 there, which I do shield. I might not. I use up a lot of my shields trying to outlast as long as I can. Really, so if I'd have just Archon's Terrored the Pillagers as soon as possible and just not taken any of those, say, the 2 damages that I was taking from them, I could have shielded 1 or 2 Harriers and much easier killed off things on this planet. But I don't. So I've taken 2 damage that really I didn't need to take, and I shielded 1 that I would have had to shield anyway. So I want to try and kill it again. He's got another 2 shields. See, again, here's where I should have Archon's Terrored, but I don't. I go done. I shield it. Now, that would have been much better to save into the last battle. Much better to save. And here's where I finally realise I should Archon's Terror. I decide to Archon's Terror the other thing, which I should have at the beginning got rid of the 2 damage thing that was causing problems. Just foolish. Nothing happens with Survivalist. We stand, and I'm on 5. And I can shield 1, but I'm like, this is really close, and it didn't have to be. I decide to stay. I swing again. I get it. He swings for nothing. And I'm hoping we're done now. He runs away, thank goodness. And so I shoot down into there because, you know, I want to try and kill off these things. Put some more damage on his Warlord. But, yeah, I should not have been on the level of damage I was on there. That was a bit silly. Okay, I got a Rapid Assault and a Flayed Skull that will work for that. And he dooms. He dooms. I mean, all of these things just gone. Gone, 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 gone. That was quite a worthwhile doom. But it was all his resources, I notice, which is good. So, I mean, I might as well fight on the first planet, see if I can do it there. He's got nothing else he can do, thankfully. And then I'll throw on ranged. So +1 attack and ranged. Helpful. I've got the, if I can get the resources, I can put the catapult on him as ranged, which would be really great, if I can get it. So I'm going to go to Planet 3 to see if I can get the resources there. Planet 1 is a nothing, he doesn't get the bonus, it's only cards. He goes to 1 because he wants to stop me, I go to 3 because I want the resource, but he's going to realise in Archon's Palisade, I'm sure. So just make sure he hasn't forgotten it. Thinking it through. Yeah, there we go. And no resource. Yeah. He doesn't want me to have Terror or any of the other 2-cost things that he knows that I have. So, I've got 1 resource there that I should have had, because way back at the beginning I forgot to use my Altar of Torment. That would have allowed me to Rapid Assault in the Dying Sun's Marauder. That would have allowed me to throw the Shuriken Catapult on it ranged. Those sorts of things, I'm just frustrated with myself. So first ranged shot for 3. Managed his bloody Morn. Excellent. No actions. He swings through, and I can't afford it, so I may as well shield with it. Just take the 1. He can't afford a Clivex. He can't afford to ambush just about anything in. We stand. He gets to go first because he had his Warlord there. I've got another shield, and that means I get to kill him. And that's it. Kablam. I think that is the first time I have ever killed Killazit. I hope you enjoyed the game. It was a good one for me. I love playing Morn. I'll play it more often. So, hope you enjoyed. See you later.